Right, guys, so over the last couple of days, we discussed the fact that color theory shows us a spectrum of colors that are organized onto a wheel in the order that they are scientifically created. Okay, and this has been proven by many scientific studies and art studies over the years. We cannot mess up the order of colors in the color wheel. This is a concrete, fixed relationship of color. However, the actual color wheel can turn. Okay, so the actual exterior of the wheel can turn, but we cannot mess around with the order of colors within the wheel. Okay, one of the things that we mentioned yesterday while we were discussing color schemes is that every color relates to other colors in terms of it works really well with a color or it doesn't work well with a color, depending on the scheme. And the first color scheme we discussed was complementary color schemes. And complementary color schemes show us that complementary colors, in other words, contrasting colors, opposite colors, make each other stand out when they're placed next to each other and they're fully saturated. So if you have a full-on 100% pure red and it's close to a green in your painting, the red is going to look more vibrant to the eye as well as the green. Okay, and obviously we can alter the red and the green to be a little bit less vibrant by tinting, toning, and shading it down, as well as the green or any hue for that matter. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to use our knowledge of complementary colors, meaning opposite colors. Blue's opposite is orange, red's opposite is green, violet's opposite is yellow, and so on. Okay, every single color has an opposite or contrasting color. When we mix these, we're going to see today that they actually create really nice neutral colors, otherwise known as earth tones, or colors that naturally occur in nature. So we'll make some earth tone charts, and I'm going to be demonstrating this using watercolor and acrylic paints because this class is working with both. And we'll start with watercolor. So if you were able to find watercolor paper, you can grab a fresh sheet of watercolor paper. If you're just using mixed media paper, you can rip out a page from your mixed media sketchbook, or just turn to the next page if you would like to keep your book intact. Okay, for this assignment, we're going to do something similar to what we did yesterday, except rather than creating charts with 6 sections, we only need 5. Okay, so rather than measuring out 6 inches, we're going to go with 5 inches today. So 5 across, just stick to the width of your ruler. Okay, and we're going to need 3 again. So leave a little bit of space and make a second one. And one more. Little bit of space for a note. Okay, and in the corner, I'm going to have you draw 2 circles here. So just one circle and then another one. And then beside this bar, we're going to do 1 circle and another one. And beside this bar, we'll do 1 circle and another one. Okay, and then I'm going to have you guys divide these. And I'll show you guys what we're doing with this in a second. So divide every inch, and you should get 5 equal spaces. Okay, so over top of these kind of double circles on the sides, okay, I'm going to have an arrow pointing up. Okay, so Here we can put complementary colors. Are contrasting. Okay, and at the bottom, we'll point to these and we'll say fully saturated. So all of these and the ones that we're filling the circles with, they're going to be fully saturated, meaning that it's the color straight out of the tube, not an altered version of it. Okay, and at the top, we're going to say that these pairs here show contrast, meaning intense difference. They make each other pop. Okay, and then on top of these here, we'll have an arrow pointing up, stating that in these charts, we are mixing complementary colors to create earth tones. Okay, earth tones or neutrals. The two terms are synonymous. So in these charts here, we're going to be mixing complementary colors. In other words, opposite colors. Opposite on the color wheel. We're going to be mixing those opposite colors to create earth tones or neutrals. And then here we'll place them beside each other when they're fully saturated. And we'll see that they're very contrasty, meaning they make each other pop when they're near each other in full saturated form. Okay, so I'll stop this video at this point. You guys can catch up with illustrating this, and in the next video clip, we'll actually fill them in.